Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the Snap-on ECPND032G. It's basically a light with a product number larger than it. Anyway, it's a USBC charging light, kind of a pen light, pocket light. It's got a pocket clip, magnet here, magnet here. I'll show you those in a sec. But it has 3 different lights on it. And I really like this thing. So far it has worked great. The first light is right at the tip. It's kind of more of a light that you might use for an inspection. Because of the length, you can get it up pretty far into a confined space. And it's pretty bright, but it doesn't have a lot of reach. It's more, what I'd call an inspection light. Push the button again, the 1 button. And then it switches to this, which is more of an area light. This would light up the underside of a vehicle where you're working, or a plumbing situation. Basically, it's if you can see that, it's a fairly large panel of LEDs that basically provides a nice area of light. And then push it 1 more time, and then it has this light here, which is again an area light, pretty bright. But it's on the side, so you have 1 at the top and also 1 at the side. So if you wanted to get this up and then light up an area off to the side. Let's take a quick look at the specs. This is this is the box that shows this, but if we look real close right here, it's kind of hard to read. First of all, there are 3 different levels of light based on where they're coming out of. So we have a front light. That's the main big one here. That is considered 300 lumens, but you can dial this light and this light up and down in terms of the amount of light coming out by a factor of 10. So we got 300 max, 30 minimum. On the small one here, we've got 200 lumens and 20 lumens, and then 80 coming out of the spotlight right here. So to ramp these up, you have to cycle through all 3 lights no matter what. Doesn't matter if you leave it on for an hour, you still have to cycle through. So you can see this one's on. If I hold the button down, okay, the blink means it reached one of the ends. So the blink there meant it's at its lowest setting. I hold it in, it starts to go up to its highest setting. It'll blink when it gets there, so that's how I know that's the maximum. If I hold it in, now it's going to head back down till it blinks, and that's its low setting. If I switch to this one, same thing. I can hold it in. It's going down to its lowest. That means it's at lowest setting. I can hold the button. It'll cycle back up till it blinks. Okay, that's the highest setting. I don't know if that's terribly useful. I usually run these things like on high, no matter what. But what I found is one light, multiple positions, and having 2 different ways that I can use area lighting plus a little spotlight is great, and it's rechargeable. Has 2 magnets, so you can see that's pretty solid right there. It also has a magnet on this side, which means if you think about all of the different ways that you can line this thing up or put it on the underside of something to light up an area. This doesn't rotate at all, but it does give you good lighting. This was one of my favorites, this Milwaukee. It has 3 different settings. It's got 1 of each of these, kind of a spotlight, a floodlight, and both. And it has multiple levels. This is micro USB charging. I've had these for years. I like them. And a pivoting head, although I do think, like I've said before in videos about this is backwards, because if you hang it off something, you've got the lens pointed towards you. But this has always been a nice general light. I also have this Snap-on here. This is a rechargeable, again, USB-C. Nothing too exciting about that, but it is a pretty decent light, and you can adjust the brightness. Again, fully seamless cycling top to bottom of what that's capable of, plus a magnet. But the magnet's not all that strong compared to its weight. This one, pretty strong. I mean, this is a heavy metal bar. This side, I can also move it That one, if I'm careful, I can move it. The Milwaukee, on the other hand, is monstrous. It's an overkill. I like this for outside vehicle lighting. You can put it right on the frame of the car or on any metal part, and it'll stay on there when you're working. But anyway, I've had a couple of requests to do a video on this. It is a great light. It is not cheap from Snap-on. And, you know, it's all plastic. I imagine, you know, if you were really rough with it, you might break it. But as far as a small, high function light, the profile is just great. Comes in multiple colors. Simple design. I often mix these two buttons up. It'd almost be nice if there was an on-off button, you know, on both sides, and then maybe had the, I don't know, the charger somewhere else so I could easily just pull it out of a bag and work. You can see it does have a battery indicator there. But that's it. The Snap-on ECP-ND032G foldable pen light. It's a rechargeable light. Nice. And with that, Doc out.